Alright guys, so we are back on UC Engage. So gonna be doing for this week, probably taking a look at the Rozen Zulu here. As far as the event, probably not gonna be doing it because at this point in time, you guys kind of catch the drift in terms of how to do it. Rather than kind of like spending the time to make the video for it, I'm just gonna leave it as it is. But as far as like the weekly issue you guys submit, I'm still gonna be continuing to do it just because of the fact that they're just releasing unit in a abnormal way in for the long term. So I feel like as far as like the unit themselves, like you guys can probably may or may not want to take hear some of my hot take on it. But Rozen Zulu, I did actually get it from the free ticket, and I did went ahead and summon for Angelo as well because I couldn't get him. So we did take 4 multi summons to get Angelo, but that's not too bad. I still have 26k left to whatever is going to be coming out at the end of the month. So the fact that this month is a yellow element month, I feel like, so I'm just gonna say what we are getting for the remainder of the month, specifically the limited unit, is gonna be the new Gundam heavy weapon system. That one, for me personally, given the timeline as far as like when we're getting the anniversary, is it's gonna be a hot skip. Because for just for my sake, as far as like from what I remember back then, like whenever JP got the the new HWS, it didn't perform as good because shortly after that, we got the gear system. Essentially, we got like a whole bunch of power crap, and that unit fell at the clip. So for global, it might be good for like a short duration, but I mean overall that unit is gonna get phased out pretty quick whenever the O comes out. And yeah, and after that, I want to say next month we might be getting Queen Meza as well, or maybe X3. So those are some potential unit that you guys may look out for until the O does actually drop, potentially now in the anniversary now. But let's get back to the topic. Rozen Zulu, is this a unit you guys want to go for? Not exactly. This unit, looks pretty good on paper. It pretty much have everything you would kind of want. But I wouldn't really say this is like the main chaser unit. But I would say the main drawbacks of the unit is the weaponry. Like they look fine, but the classification one, like two of these are beam and one of them is projectile. So if you're talking about long form content, where any content that lasts over a minute, this unit definitely suffers from the lack of like a real equipment that you can actually use. The one that we currently have is only up for 60 seconds, and any co-op or even on this event where it's lasts over 3 minutes, is not going to be great. So in that situation, you're forced to either run beam, which is going to be the best option, because this unit relies on using 2 range weapons. So why would you sacrifice 1 for 2? So this is kind of like my main complaint on this unit is just the weapon, the damage type split. I never like this unit that has it. So even on JP, they never really focus on giving like a really great module that boosts both physical and beam, and it has great substat or whatever sub ability. We don't have that yet. So kind of unfortunate when these unit has these kind of shenanigans going on. But back to the main topic, going over the EXQ effects wise, it's pretty good actually. You do have the weapon increase for both beam and projectile, so that's kind of typical stuff. And you also do have a guaranteed bullseye status for 10 seconds, so it's going to be good against like F91, but this unit will probably get one-shotted or dies before it can even reach F91. So yeah, not like the best unit. It's good, but it doesn't really matter because bullseye status is gonna come out so frequent. Where Rozen Zulu is gonna be like, oh, it's just another one of those units. So it's nothing special right there. The skill 1, Looks pretty good, right? You have damage cap increase, increased HP, increased beam damage, projectile damage, critical rate increase, and the damage taken out. So, what does this remind you guys of? It's pretty similar to when we get Gacha Lantern that came out like a few months ago, or at this point, it's like a year ago approximately. And something that came out recently, where it's the narrative C packs. Skill 1, it's gonna be like that forever. Even future unit that we're gonna be getting, the skill 1 is this is kind of like the baseline. You have a lot of these, which is fine, but they're nothing special because they're kind of like a standard package. So it look like to many people this is like a big wowzer. Like, oh my gosh, like you're getting this much effects, but keep that in mind. Like a lot of these unit has this nowadays, so nothing too special right there. And let's take a look at skill 2. So skill 2 at wow, only for additional weapon. That sucks. Yeah, that stinks. So that's unfortunate. And this is the only kind of like real damage you're getting besides this right here. On critical hit for 10 seconds, you're getting up to 14% beam damage and physical damage, stacking up to 5 times. So that in total should be what, 70%? Only 70%? Wow, that whew, for a quote unquote modern unit. Yeah, we're skipping that. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Like, no, we're not taking that. Transcendent skill, you are getting extra critical rate increase and extra HP, and EX2H recover by 80%, and on critical hit restore HP by 100k. So these are like the unit reminiscent to like Senanju. What else is out there? The Perfectibility NTD. So it's around the same nature as that, but this one is just pales in comparison. And this one is a rate unit. What the heck? So yeah, I don't really have the highest hope for this unit, but if you guys have not been summoning and then you guys happen to get this unit, I mean, it's still great, because this unit is still going to be power creeping a lot of the unit that we currently have. So it's still good. I dare say this unit may be on par with the Yellow Sasabi that came out long time ago. I would definitely say it's better than that, but that's the nature of this power creep. But I'm not going to be recommending it because next week I'm pretty sure we're going to be getting a much more better yellow unit. I can already smell it. Angelo wise, I mean, you don't technically need him, but the problem is the fact that you have a melee weapon. And I was gonna say, yeah, I just use like, what is it, Banagers, because it pretty much covered a lot of these categories right here, like the Laplace incident, whatever. But yeah, a lot of these unit coming out, the pilot wise that pairs up with the units, it's kind of like a must summon because of the fact that it gives you a lot of these lengthy effects where it pairs really nicely. So if you guys are going for Rozen Zulu, you gonna have to get Angelo. I'm sorry, you just have to because of the nature of things. But as far as what this is giving you, you're essentially getting both range and melee sense, so up to 76 on skill 1. And then on skill 2, you're getting 1 stack instance of it, and then an extra instance on critical rate. So the critical rate one does have a higher modifier or a higher percentage because landing critical hit is still kind of tough, right? And on top of that, you're getting increased critical rate and then critical attack. So this is where Angelo kind of comes in clutch with that. So that's why you're gonna have to get him. But other than that, if you guys are not summoning for Rozen Zulu, I would say getting Angelo is not necessarily something you might want to get because a lot of these are kind of like a mixed bag. Obviously, like Laplace incident obviously fits well into any Unicorn series unit, but Successor, Heavy Armor, Commander, and New Zealand Remnants, I mean, like those aren't technically like your most like common tags others. So, and to fit into the whole package of this, I don't know, it seems like a little bit far-fetched, but I'm pretty sure it will fit into some unit. But Regardless, I will not go for Angelo if you guys are not going for Rozen Zulu. So that's gonna be that. But other than that, I don't know if I will do like a showcase of this unit. I might, depending on whatever time I have allowed. But it's not bad from what I tried out, but it's definitely not something I would recommend you guys to get. That's pretty much what I would say. But other than that, that's gonna be pretty much it, and I will be catching you guys on the next one.